In 1885, a man from Germany with a dream and a few barrels of hope stepped into a bustling American city. He wasn't just another immigrant looking for a new life, he was a visionary. He believed that beer wasn't just a drink, it was a promise, a legacy. But who was this mysterious beer baron, and how did he transform Milwaukee into one of America's beer capitals? Frederick Edward John Miller was born in Riedlingen, Germany in 1824, into a family of politicians, scholars, and businessmen. At just 14, he was sent to France to study, and it was there that he found his first true love, brewing. With the guidance of his uncle, who owned a brewery in Nancy, Miller didn't just learn the basics, he immersed himself in the complex and nuanced world of beer making. His education wasn't confined to textbooks. He learned hands-on in the brewery, acquiring expertise in the intricacies of fermentation and mastering advanced brewing techniques like yeast cultivation, a crucial process that required rigorous attention to purity and temperature control. He familiarized himself with both traditional German lagers and innovative brewing styles developing in France. He also meticulously studied ingredient selection from some of Europe's most prestigious beer makers, learning to discern how different grains and hops affected flavor profiles. This intense training and practical knowledge provided him with a unique blend of scientific understanding and artistic intuition, a combination that set him apart from many contemporaries in the brewing world and laid the foundation for his future success. By 1854, Europe was unstable. Political unrest and restrictions were sweeping across Germany. Determined to seek new opportunities, Miller packed his bags, collected $9,000 in gold, and set sail for America with his wife, Josephine, and infant son. Little did they know, the journey would be both a blessing and a curse. Miller landed in Milwaukee, a bustling city with a rich German influence and an even richer appreciation for good beer. The city's lush water sources and fertile farmland made it ideal for brewing. But Frederick needed more than ideal conditions. He needed a miracle. And perhaps the first miracle came in the form of a 5-year-old brewery, the Plank Road Brewery, which Miller bought for $8,000. The brewery was nestled in the Menominee Valley, a location so remote that Miller even had to build a boarding house for his workers. His brewery's location was crucial. Not only did it have access to pure water from the nearby Menominee River, but it also had space to expand. Miller transformed the brewery using his European expertise. Drawing from his years of training, he implemented a strict philosophy of quality, uncompromising, and unchanging beer. His approach paid off, and Miller Brewing quickly gained a reputation for excellence. But he wasn't just focused on brewing. He was dedicated to uplifting the community. Miller supported local charities, participated in civic events, and provided employment opportunities for other German immigrants. Miller wasn't just about making beer, he was about creating an experience. He'd often tour the brewery himself, rising as early as 3 a.m., making sure every barrel met his standards. His employees worked hard, starting their days before dawn, but they were rewarded with generous meals. Think beefsteak, potatoes, and coffee in the morning, and lavish lunches of soup, meat, and cake. Frederick knew that happy workers made better beer, and he spared no effort to ensure his operation ran smoothly. But Miller's philosophy extended beyond just providing meals to his workers. During the 19th century, factory work was notorious for unsafe conditions and low wages. However, Miller Brewing Company stood out as a pioneer of employee welfare, placing a high value on the well-being and satisfaction of its workers. While most companies focused solely on profit margins, Miller invested in creating an environment where employees felt respected and valued. He implemented some of the first initiatives for worker benefits, including housing accommodations and health support, long before labor laws mandated such measures. The company also adapted a progressive approach to labor relations. When labor unrest became a growing issue across America, Miller Brewing took proactive steps to address worker grievances and maintain good relations. Unlike many industrialists who suppressed workers' demands, Miller preferred dialogue and compromise. This forward-thinking approach not only minimalized strikes and disruptions, but also fostered a sense of loyalty and camaraderie among his workforce. It's even said that his employees referred to the brewery as a home away from home, a testament to the family-like atmosphere that Miller cultivated. Additionally, Miller Brewing Company supported education and skill development. Recognizing the potential of his employees, Miller set up training programs to help workers advance in their careers. These practices helped create a more skilled workforce and laid the groundwork for future advancements in brewing technology and production methods. But despite his dedication, tragedy would strike. Josephine, Miller's beloved wife, passed away in 1860, leaving him with their 2-year-old daughter, Louisa. The cause of death remains a mystery. Some blame an influenza outbreak, others speculate childbirth complications. Her loss left Miller devastated, yet he drew strength from his grief, channeling his pain into his work and finding solace in the beer gardens that dotted Milwaukee. So, even in the face of grief, Miller kept brewing, and his beer gardens became places of joy for Milwaukee's residents. People gathered to bowl, dance, and drink. On Sundays, the gardens buzzed with a spirit of Gemütlichkeit, that old German word for coziness and cheer. Businesses flourished, even as the Civil War shook the nation. The war brought challenges to the brewing industry. Beer sales plummeted as men enlisted and resources were diverted to the war effort. But Miller's resolve never wavered. How did his company survive and even thrive during a time that threatened so many others? The answer lies in a series of bold risks, such as personally delivering beer to cities as far away as St. Louis when local sales dropped, traversing the perilous roads himself. His entrepreneurial spirit was unstoppable, and soon enough, Miller Brewing Company was a household name. Despite the brewery's success, Miller's life remained fraught with personal losses. His second wife, Lisette, bore him several children, but they experienced the gut-wrenching pain of losing some of them in infancy. The ones who survived faced their own challenges, and only a handful lived to see adulthood. But Miller's letters to his family revealed his unyielding spirit. In one, he described himself as a bull, always bouncing back stronger after every setback. His faith, which he often spoke of, was the wellspring of his resilience. Miller's business also had its share of obstacles. In one attempt to expand westward, he invested in a brewery in the Dakota Territory. But just as the brewery was about to open, the territory enforced prohibition laws, effectively ruining his investment overnight. Rather than wallow in failure, Miller viewed it as a lesson in calculated risk. Frederick Miller passed away in 1888, but his indomitable spirit lived on through his children, who carried the torch forward. They modernized the brewery and kept pace with technological advancements. By the 1960s, the Miller family had grown the business so extensively that they sold most of their stock to W.R. Grace & Co. But that wasn't the end of Miller Brewing's incredible journey. In 1969, Philip Morris, a company better known for tobacco, acquired Miller Brewing. This partnership marked the start of an era of exponential growth. With strategic marketing and innovative products like Miller Lite, the first mainstream light beer, the company revolutionized the beer industry. The 1970s became a decade of transformation. Frederick Miller's vision of uncompromising quality endures to this day. What started as a dream of one man from Riedlingen, Germany, blossomed into a beer dynasty that transformed the way Americans drink, celebrate, and come together. The Miller Brewing Company's story is more than just beer. It's a tale of resilience, innovation, and an undying passion for the craft. So, the next time you enjoy a cold Miller beer, remember the journey, the heartbreak, and the unwavering dedication of the man who started it all, the original beer baron, Frederick Miller. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed learning about the Miller legacy, don't forget to like and subscribe to Tales of Titans for more inspiring stories of those who shaped the world as we know it. Thanks for watching.